Welcome back YouTube, to UK. It's another video. It's a catch-all. It's a cacophony of retro chatter, pickups, gifs, fucking gifs. Amazing. Well, hopefully they're amazing. I haven't opened them yet. But yeah, quite a bit to get through in this video, so I don't know how long it's going to be. It's now, what are we on? It's Sunday, the 25th, 2:30. I was meant to make this earlier, so I'm hopefully, I think we've got about 2 hours before the light goes, so even I could do a video in 2 hours, I'm sure. All things being equal and nothing goes wrong. I hope we've all been well. Didn't see you guys last week, there was no video. I had a few bits that had come in. Something happened last week. I thought, you know what, I'm going to leave it until this week, because we went to Revival yesterday, which was a Saturday. I'll talk about that when I come to that. Well, I've managed to pick up from the Revival. We've got events coming up for next week and into the new year. So what I'm going to do first, so I'll talk about them later, but first this. Not a burp. Late night last night. Hair of the proverbial dog. It's 2:30. That's my first beer today. I'm being good. I'm trying to be good. Right. As is traditional. That was a mixture between tradition and traditional. Making up words now, Stu. Yeah. A bit foggy in the old brain, which is not unusual, some people might say. Fucking get on with it. Anyway, I bought a game off of eBay. Put a best offer in and said to seller, accepted it. I thought, great, fucking that's an awesome price I got that for. Then I had a message from them thinking, oh god, here we go. It's probably like said, words to the effect of made a mistake or this, that and the other, because it was only a couple of quid off, but it made it like cheap enough. But no, he messaged me and he sort of said, oh, are you on YouTube? And oh, have you got YouTube channels? Which I replied, yes I have. They then sort of said, oh, okay, yeah, I think I know who you are, this, that and the other. I'll put 1 or 2 freebies in there. I'll reply back, look, you don't have to do it, honestly, really. It's just, nice enough to accept the offer. It might have been a couple of days went by, and then there was a knock at the door. Obviously, it was, the postman, rather than stuff being posted, because you tend to know what you bought, or what you expect to come through. I had my name, and I thought, I don't remember order anything this size. And I'll show you the box. I didn't order anything like that, and it baffled me for the longest time until I sort of seen the return address, and I was like, "Fucking hell, that's off the guy off of eBay." So basically, sort of fucking sent me a box of stuff. There was a message. I'm not going to read the whole message out, but it is from Chris and Claire. aka Thundercat on YouTube. So hello Chris, and maybe Claire if you're watching. Their eBay shops, games, toys, stuff 77. I'll put the link down below anyway. But yeah, I've had this, God, it's got to be well over a week now. And I just wanted to do it justice. I didn't want to open it and then show it afterwards, so I'm literally going to unbox it live. I'm going to go through this. He lured to the fact that there's, I'm guessing, a quite expensive game in the end. He sort of said, anything that you can upgrade or duplicate sell at Doncaster, he said there should be one game in here that might pay for half the table. So, fucking Chris, Claire, honestly, thanks guys. Although, it might be a severed head. I think it is. So we'll crack on. We'll crack in, we'll dive in. Because I've been itching to find out what's in this. We'll find out together. Okay, wow. Some of this stuff I could definitely use. Definitely. So what we'll do, is that the one that I bought? That's the one that I bought. I'll just take all this out. So that's the freebie stuff. We'll get the box out of the way, hang on. Bear with. what I'll do, I'll show you the thing that I bought, which is the most heavily packed one. So for the grand sum of 12 quid, I think it was 12 or 13, something like that. It's a bit fucking lot. I've managed to finally get my hands on, and it's not a hooky copy, which I've got, Virtua Fighter 2 on the mighty Mega Drive. Blue Spine! My man Scott Brand watched his video this morning. Scott is in the house. He doesn't have a Sega wall though. And this is in great condition. Really is nice. That's awesome. Cheers, Chris. Thanks, Claire. Fucking awesome. Finally got this bastard. God, it must be a couple of years back now. This was in a charity shop along with Mutant League Hockey, and I had a fiver. I didn't have a card, didn't have my wallet on me, and this was a fiver, and I obviously picked Mutant League Hockey, and I've never seen it since. I'll kick myself. Obviously, you'd buy Mutant League Hockey all day over this, but yeah, it's just been one of them fucking games that I've never ever come across since then. I've got like a hooky, you know, Chinese knockoff version of this, which I've had for, I don't even know where I got it from, probably from a bundle of car bills or something. But that is freaking awesome. Finally, there's a couple more games like that just seem to be eluding me somewhat, but that's off the list. Brilliant. Right, so the stuff that is chucked in for free, which is honestly amazing. I can see what this one is here. They look all to be Mega Drive games. This one, it's not an amazing game, but do you know what I'm going to use it for? The box. So that is Super Kickoff. Fucking great condition. Really is. But obviously, yeah, what I will do is just double check conditions of mine and stuff. But you know, worst case is it's a nice case donor. As will this one be, maybe. Because these are buggers. These are absolute buggers. This is in great condition as well. This is Lotus Turbo Challenge. So the ominous EA cases. Yeah, it's even got both hang tabs, so you fucking, honestly, it does my head in with these EA cases. You end up with a nice case that the plastic hasn't all warped. So it's still sort of, the insert's still grabbed by it, which is great. Or they end up with the fucking tab snaps, so the manual doesn't stay in, but this is like I say, even if mine is in better condition, the box on this is absolutely sweet as. It might be better condition than mine, looking at it. What else have we got? We've got two more here. I've got one of these as a spare actually. I think I've stripped it down and kept the bits out of it. So first up is a you know, 3/4 and a quarter box blue one, Premier Manager 96. No, Premier Manager, sorry. But again, it's a case on this that I'm after. I did break down one of these, you know, kept the manual and the cartridge because I just wanted, I needed the case. So I say worst case, blue case. We'll use the case, and another EA title, EA Hockey. It took me a while to find this one as well, actually. And this is in great condition. This is Madden, the first Madden. Again, I'll double check condition, Chris and Claire, and you know, upgrade, like I say, where needed, because they are in really nice condition. Bloody EA cases. Now this one's got like, quite a bit of bubble wrap on it. Oh right. Okay, Tootie, this is untested. Good luck, brother. Wicked. Okay, it's not a Mega Drive game. So obviously this must hold some value, because I'm doubt that EA Hockey's going to be worth 25 quid, in all honesty. And this might be something that my mate Big Mike or Silly Steve can advise on. I remember playing this. Oh, okay, it's not on the, it's on the inferior 16-bit machine in many, and probably my eyes as well. But it is Lost Patrol. I can remember playing this on the mighty Amiga. This is not on the mighty Amiga, it's on the less mighty Atari ST. So yeah, I ain't got a clue. Obviously, Chris has done his research. It's probably, I'm guessing he's valued it at like 25 odd quid, because it's, say, 50 quid to stand. It's got the Ocean baggie. It's got the manuals, it's got the discs. Got 3 discs, actually, didn't realise that. Yeah, all 3, Ocean label. And all the instructions. So, wow, yeah, that's out of left field, to be honest. I didn't expect that. I thought they were all Mega Drive games. So we'll have to do us a bit of research. I mean, I say if it'd been on the Amiga, then I would probably incline to, you know, without hesitate, to sort of say, yeah, it's got some value to it. I've had ST stuff before. It's not as sought after. It's not as there's not as many people chasing it as there is the Amiga stuff. But you know, I'll bow down to Chris's superior knowledge in this one, and if he's off, like I say, he's done some research on this, so clearly it's worth in and around that figure. But fucking hell, honestly, you know, everyone sort of says eBay's full of bastards, and it probably is, but there's some nice bastards. So Chris and Claire, wowzers, really happy to get Virtua Fighter 2 ticked off finally, and in great condition. And the others are just a boon, they're just a bonus. But I say worst thing is they'll just be case donors. But I say 1 or 2 of them, especially the EA Hockey and the Lotus Turbo Challenge, probably might be upgrades. Because when I get to that point, I'm probably thinking like maybe 10 or less on the Mega Drive. I'll just literally have to rip everything off the shelves and go through it and double check condition, you know, because there might be one there that maybe the inserts probably not 100% or whatever, but it would have done it. So I've got to go through and do like a little snag list, and obviously, you know, double check. I'm pretty sure I'm up to date on what I'm missing manual wise, but it's always worth a double check because you never know. So yeah, many thanks, Chris and Claire. Games, toys, stuff, 77. Details down below. Thundercat on YouTube. What can you say? The fucking YouTube community and obviously eBay alike. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Sticking with eBay. Remember I told you. I told all of you. Told the bloody lot of you. You don't want to listen. No. Mentioned probably last vid. Was it last vid? I bought some manuals. I must have been talking about sports game again. It's my favourite fucking topic, conversation. Even Scott, Sega Zombie, picked up on that. Yeah, and I bought some manuals from the States. And they come through. And the one that was missing was one that I needed for the part of the Mega Drive. So the one that I was hunting for, which led me to these, is Mike Ditka Power Football. It does have a bit of writing on there. Not too first, because if I bought it, it'd have been like, you know, the P from Game Station. It would have done. Not expensive, it's a couple of quid. I chucked a best offer in and for all 3. I think posted is like a tenner. So Mike Ditka, so that finishes that as well. So that's one less off the list, you know, in terms of missing manuals. This one I don't know where I got it from. It is an American release. It's Hang On and Safari Hunt. I'm pretty sure I did get that right. Yes, I was calling it bloody Duck Hunt, weren't I? Because I've got that on my little spreadsheet, not my spreadsheet, but my notebook, my notepad. Not like fucking Pete Arms, but spreadsheet for everything. Just a little word file. So I'm pretty sure that's one I needed. It's not anything. It's just because I ended up having it. It is a US exclusive. I think ours was Astro Warrior Pit Pot over here in terms of the combination. And the one, say, when I seen it, I was like, fucking hell, all the way from the States. You can't find this for love nor money. Well, you couldn't on eBay here. Joe Montana Football. Fucking honestly, not going to sound like a fucking broken record, but fucking tricky as how to get, man. Complete, honestly. So there we go. Craig's here again. Finish one of your games. I never even played the fucking things. Completed. I will reforge the mighty Joe Montana into one. Can I put it down here? Oh no, it'll be on the shelf. I bet it's not the hand. No, fuck it. Up there. I basically put all the ones that are missing manuals across there. If anyone's wondering why they're all the opposite way, it's just to stop the spines fading a little bit, because the curtain I've got there is only like a single blanket thickness to stop the sun bleaching them out as best I can. So yeah, that's two more Mega Drive games that are complete. Just piecing them together piecemeal across the internet, across the world. Right, talking about across the world, we're still on eBay here. Is that dirt? What the fuck's that on there? It's just a case. Okay, it's alright. Get distracted. Talk about the world from France. Now there's a guy who's been running a load of auctions. Oh, his name's like Manuel or something like that. And obviously these are clearly it's two that I need. And there was, I think he was selling some high-end ones as well. I think I've got them. I think it might be like the Fantasy Stars and stuff like that. But there's these two in this current batch that is auctioning off. And one of them I think I've got for a fucking outstanding price. The other one, I think it's cheap enough. It's not bloody cheap as it was at fucking Doncaster when I missed it out, and off Craig's ear again, Matt Solfunk Retro snapped it up, and I was like, balls bollocks, how did I miss that one? So I won these on a bid. One, I say, the second one I'll show you, I think I've got for an absolute storming price. The first one I think is a fair price. Some people who's in the know a little bit more might say, actually that is a really good price. I think all in with the postage, because that was it, yeah, because the guy, when I asked for combined postage, it was like an automatic message saying don't offer postage. I thought, fuck that, it's something like £8 a game. I thought it ain't going to cost £8 to send two Mega Drive games. 16 quid across the pond. So I messaged the guy and he submitted like an invoice, and he sorted the postage out. I think it ended up being like £11, which is a lot more easy to swallow. I think all in, it was about 40 quid. So I think I won the two games. One was 20 and one was 20, one was like 12 or something like that. It worked out something around that sort of figure. Both blue spines. The first one is F1 Championship Edition. Another absolute fucking bugger to get hold of. So I did miss out on this at Doncaster. Craig's here again had it, and Matt Solfunk Retro snapped it up. At least it went to a good home. These are honestly fantastically packed, all complete. You know, I'll keep reiterating it. Not one you see. There's not a fucking slew of these. There's probably more, you know, Castlevanias on there than there is of this game for sale. It's just people tend to think the more expensive ones are rare. It's not always the case, as we all know. But there is one or two of them for sale. I think they want stupid, like 50, 60 odd quid or something daft. I mean, again, sod's law. There's probably 12 of them on there now. Just conscious about the light. Should be alright. Well, we should be, because I'm nearly fucking... No, I'm not nearly done, but we're getting through it. This one, on the PlayStation 1, is a stupid price. And I think it's a fucking shit game. I've got it on the SNES, funnily enough. Got it on the SNES from a trade with Phil Kett years and years ago. Not sure the SNES one's as rare as a PlayStation one. The Mega Drive version of this ain't fucking, ain't common. There's not a lot of them on that. I don't think, when I even checked after I won this, just to sort of say I don't think there's any for sale. So that can obviously always change. I want to say 12, 13 quid-ish I won this for. Absolute fucking bargain. And it's Frank Thomas Big Hurt Baseball. The blue spine again. That's got Sega Zombie. It's just baseball, it's not going to fucking set the world alight. But this on the PlayStation 1, very expensive. I'm guessing this was sort of an end of life jobby in terms of release. I'm trying to find a year. 1995, yeah. Obviously, because it's blue spine anyway, and the blue spines were the tail end of Mega Drive. But 1995 is, really fucking late. That's 1995 as well. So you get the general gist. You know, some of these latter releases just didn't sell. The numbers weren't there effectively. But yeah, Frank Thomas, you know, shitty sports game, fucking hard to come across. And that is it for eBay. We're done with eBay. I've got some stuff from Revival. But before that, let's have a bit of this. CX again come through. Fucking amazeballs, honestly. Absolutely fucking amazing. Did I just say amazeballs? I do apologise. Going back to Chris and Claire, I think one of them games, I think Premier Manager, I've already found a home for it. Because I've dug this out. It come early last week. I didn't really. I mean, I looked at it, checked it all over, but looking at it now in the proper light, I can sort of see the case either needs a clean or swap over. Either or, I know I've got a nice replacement now. So this one again can prove to be a fucking light bug. And you can buy it, and again, bit like F1, it's like 50, 60, stupid money. I got this 20 quid from CX plus £1.50, £21.50 for this game. It's complete, it's in great condition, so the case probably just needs a bit of a clean. It's another blue spine, it's another 1995 release, and it's Cheese Catastrophe featuring Speedy Gonzalez. Cheese Catastrophe, as in catastrophe, but catastrophe. This is on the Master System as well. That can be. It proved a bit tricky for me, but I think now with the advent of CEX, when they started doing it, I think there's a lot more of them floating about than there was back in the day when I completed mine, and it's all complete. And just again, a bit like Spirou or Spyro, whatever you want to call him. Just show you. There we go. Come on, focus, you motherfucker. Come on. There you go. You see the date there, look. So I'm not lying. 14th. Yeah. CX love, man. Can you feel the love tonight? Whew. So, yeah, a nice little couple of blue spiners there. Not in the same league as what Scott got. But yeah, some fucking tricky fucking games to get in that lot. Say £21.50 for that. I think the label just might need a bit of the old Prit of the stick. I can do that, that is not a problem. Yeah, so the only thing, I don't know if you can see it, is on, see like some sticker residue there, and I don't know what that fucking thing is, a bit of cocaine or something. But I might just be able to clean that up. So worst case is I'll just swap it over for Premier Manager. Job's good and Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. So that's all the sort of stuff from around the world, basically. I've got grabbed some Revival. So talk about Revival now. Went down with mate Rob, and Scott, Glory Hunter 82, 83. Don't put numbers in your name. That was yesterday. Honestly, it wasn't the biggest event. We knew it wasn't going to be the biggest event. It was just a social meet. But fucking, I tell you what, some people spent some money, Rob. Got some nice bits. Got some nice, couple of little bits. Bit of mementos from the occasion. Met the lads. Just had a great chinwag. And the day went so quick before you know it, because I had to get back yesterday for like give or take 5:30 because the wife was going out, and I thought the event shut at 4, and cause that's what I'd seen online, and someone else when we were there said it was 5, but I mean I had to get back for 5:30 anyway, which we managed to do, plus the football was on, so I think it all dropped right. Well, I hadn't because I don't drink it, but Jay Cybersnake had drank them dry of Black Forest fruit cider or whatever. I think they're still well stocked on the old Budweiser. He's on again today. It's been on again today. Obviously, didn't go to that, but there was a load of, enough tubers in there for the size of the venue. So I say it's me, Rob, Scott, Rob very kindly drove. Didn't take us that long, to be honest. 45-ish, an hour-ish, give or take. Just in some sort of like community hall. How many machines? 10, 12-ish, maybe arcade machines. 8 stall vendors. I say not the biggest of events, but that's not what the Winter One was about. It's just, as Craig would describe it, it's just a social meet that all the people that, you know, support Revival can get together just before Christmas, have a meet, have a drink, you know, play some games, buy some stuff, yada yada yada, and that's all it was. You know, and you know, expectations were managed, put that way. So who was there? Chris, CGN Retro, Jay Cybersnake, we had Dana was there, Dylan, CIA got you pushing pencils. He come away from Liverpool, bless him. I say it's in a really innocuous place. You wouldn't think that there was anything down this little road, so I think he struggled to find it initially. Dana struggled to find it. I think his sat nav was sending him all around the place. I mean, Rob's managed to find it bizarrely, even though he's got some sort of weird French fucking sat nav that sends you all over the shop. We then had Gareth from the Man Cave, Pete Old School, Big Mike, his mate Marcus, Mark, burnt out culture. they'd all gone to Pete's on the Friday before. I think that's got a few stories of its own to be told. I wasn't there, but yeah, I'm sure those guys will spin a yarn or two. I'll put all the links to these guys down below. Hopefully, I haven't missed anybody off. Ant Harper was there with Dana stalling out. I've seen Garon, not fucking Craig, whatever I called him last time. Nice to see Garon. They was there. Retro Lords was there. I say it was a nice little gathering. Nothing that's going to blow your socks off. Some nice little bits to be had. You know, especially from Vintage Gaming Nick. I think he was the go-to stall really, because he just kept pulling all the best stuff was just in these boxes into the to the table, which I think Rob ended up uncovering, and then there were some nice little bits there. Jay got one game, I think 1 or 2 games. I think everyone got a couple of bits, you know what I mean? So worked out well. Hopefully I haven't forgot anybody. I don't think I have. If I have, I apologise, but if I do remember, they'll be down below. So go and check their channels out. Hopefully they'll make videos and they'll have a chit-chatter about it. I've got some footage. I've got some pictures. Me and Jay were playing Time Pilot badly. But it was just a laugh, you know. Played some games, played a bit of the old Donkey Kong with Scott. Played on the Virtual Boy. Kept cutting out the Hyper Street Fighting on that. It was very impressive as well. You know, I'd had to go on the Virtual Boy before, but not the Street Fighter one. I think at the last revival, I think it was quite busy. I didn't like to get on it. I think Dana took a picture of me. If I find that, I'll dig that out, I'll stick that on as well. So yeah, I was playing some games. But it's about the social. I mentioned it to Craig, I mentioned it here, and I mentioned it to him about Revival. The only thing I think it lacks, the Revival meets, is just like a communal area. They had like, you know, some place to get some food. They had their own bar. The bar was fucking cheap as chips. Really good idea, that. £2.50 a drink. Off you fucking go. Fill your boots. But because of the size of it, because of the amount of people, there was very limited seating. So, you know, once you've walked and stood around for a bit, you're getting old now and you need to take the weight off. So we sort of commandeered, I think one vendor didn't turn up, so we commandeered their table, got some chairs. Thanks for that, Craig, for sorting that out. And we sort of parked our butts. And we, like I said, we near enough drank the fucking bar dry. So bit of coffers in the old funds for Craig and Bex. But yeah, I think, so I mentioned to Craig anyway, I'll say it here again. If moving forward, whichever event it is, just try and get some, you know, a little space, a little fucking room or whatever, just with some fucking tables and chairs, because you'll find a lot of people will probably stay at the venue if they can take the weight off, rather than having to go out to get something to eat and they'll sit there and maybe not come back, you know. So if you can keep people in the event and give them no reason to leave, more the better, eh? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm talking bollocks. Won't be the first time. Won't be the last. But a great day. Really went really fucking quick. I mean, we left here at 8:30. Before you know it, it was something like 4:45 4, I think we left. All the other lads have gone as well, like Mark, Pete, Mike was staying over, and Gareth went as well. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I knew I had an inkling of what to expect, so I went to the first revival I went to, which was the Winter Warmer, a couple of years back now. So I knew roughly, how it was going to pan out, and it's pretty much not too dissimilar at all. But I say it's a great day. So I managed to buy some stuff. First off my mate Rob, who's very kindly dug these out for me, because I think I mentioned to him about the Game Gear stuff. So look, here's all the manuals. Take what you want. So Mortal Kombat 2 on the Game Gear, Wonder Wood Dragons Traps, that completes that box, NBA Jam, and Tom and Jerry the movie. So cheers, Bobbert. They will be siphoned off into the collection and boxed away, and complete a box and then just stuck on the shelf and not fucking ever used again. Purchase from Big Mike. I think we would talk about this after Blackpool, because I bought this from Scott and I didn't really realise. I mean, I spoke about it before. It was Produce Deluxe Pack, and it's the same basic as the PAL version, but not a problem because I could use that. But with me and Mike was talking, and Mike said, "Look, I've got one of the other ones that you're after if you're interested." I think I've bought this before he went to Bristol, I think. So he was after some funds. He was after to raise some funds for Bristol, and did me a fucking great deal, great price in it. At first, when he sort of mentioned it, I was brassic. I was like, "Oh mate, I'd love to have that." He goes, "I'll tell you what, I'll keep it to one side for you." He was going to send it me anyway. I said, "No, don't send it me. Just keep hold of it. And once I've got the funds, I'll send you the funds, and then we'll sort it out." And so it just coincided right. Probably like a week, not even a week before Revival, managed to get the funds together. So look, there's a running mate. So I said, just bring it to Revival, and it is. I'm sure this one is Sexy Produce on the mighty Sega Saturn. I say Mike did me it for. Yeah, it's a Sexy Produce. Look, it says there. It says there still. So is the other one Produce Star? I think the other one's Produce Star. If I was so inclined to get it, it just so happens that, like I said, the fucking mates rating them some off Big Mike, absolute fucking ledge. But to be fair, I did sort out his hard drive for him for his PlayStation 4, so I feel less guilty somewhat. Although I did give him some money for things. I think we balanced out. Karma was balanced at the end. Right, last two things off of Nick from Vintage Gaming. I'll do this one. So I mentioned Rob. He was digging through these boxes under the table because I'm sure we'd asked Nick before about Dreamcast stuff, because Rob and Scott were chasing a few games, and so that's all I've got. And then so Rob dug out this other box. There was more higher end Dreamcast stuff in there, but within that was a load of other import Saturn and some PC engines. So Rob's got the Mark 1 PC engine, the white one. So he's into his Hue cards. So lucky enough for me and Jay, he'd obviously just dismissed the CD game based ones. I'd sort of seen them. There was three that I was kind of interested in a little bit, although funds weren't really there. So I messaged Craig's here again, said, "Look, have you got any of these for sale?" Because obviously I'd sort of prefer to give Craig the money. He said, "No, that they're not. Those three aren't part of the for sale pile." So I said, "Okay, fine." I mentioned it to Jay, and when he sort of saw the picture of one of them, which is one that there's one of two that I was definitely interested. The third one, not so much. I think it was fucking hell, was it the Gradius collection or something? I can't remember now. It was a shooter, which I was kind of like not overly fussed about. But there was this one and then the other one, and then say Jay said, "I'm going to get the other one." That's fair enough. So literally, it would have wiped me out. But by the time Jay had bought that one, Mark, Burnt That Culture, had turned up, and obviously I'd had some bits for him anyway. So I thought, you know what? I've done a deal with Mark. I've got a little bit of money here. Let's invest it in a game. So this is the last thing I bought basically, and it's Forgotten Worlds on the PC Engine. Again, I messaged Craig about this one because although the PC Engine is amazing for some of the arcade versions, some of them just didn't work. Golden Axe being the main one. So I didn't really want to pay for a complete dud. And he said, "No, it's a good conversion." He's probably lying through his teeth, or just like spending other people's money. But I got that for 30 quid. So Nick basically said to me, I think he had 35 on it, and he said 28. And he went to me, you were going to say 30, weren't you? I said, yeah. I give him 30 quid. He went, I said, no, just keep it. I said, like, obviously, I'm happy with 30, because that was the price I had in mind. And there's a guy next to me, and he went, whew, bloody hell, I would have given him 28. I said, yeah, but the difference is, mate, next time Nick's at an event, hopefully he'll remember me, and he'll look after me, and that's how karma works. For 2 quid, man, you know, I'll take, you know, someone looking after me next time for 2 quid, any day of the week. Obviously, I'll never play that. I ain't got a fucking clue. It'll never get played. It just gets stuck on the shelf with everything else. Right, the last thing from Nick. Again, I don't think he knew what he had. Because I asked him about some Mega Drive stuff. Because again, I'm literally, you know, thin end of the wedge in terms of games needed now. And there was none on any of the stores. I thought, if anyone's got anything that might need it, it'll be him. I showed him the list on my phone. He goes, no, I ain't got any of that. And then obviously this box fucking turns up, and there's fucking games in it. Now, initially I got a little bit, ooh, and then I seen the front of it. I was like, oh, fucking hell. So I did a deal. He knocked a tenner off, but it's in the collection. I can always upgrade it at a later date. Paid just below, well, probably way below the going rate. CX probably got a 70 quid box, so you don't know what condition it's going to come in. Don't know if it's going to have a manual. This has got a manual, but fortunately the front is fucking sun faded to fuck, worse than anything in this room. And it's demolition, man. On the Mega Drive, yeah, terrible. You can see, look, that's how badly faded it is from blue to blue. Look, that's what it should look like. So yes, heavily faded, but it has got all the gubbins in. I mean, the manual's seen the thumb or a couple of fingers and a couple of legs, but it is all there, which is half the battle with some of the Mega Drive stuff. So he had 70 on it, very rare. So I mean, that's quite badly sun faded. There's certain degrees where I would be like, I could live with that. You know, I was sort of thinking, fucking hell. And he said, what are you thinking? And I did that, and he went, I'll meet you in the middle, which I can't argue with. You know, that's exactly the same sales fucking banter, patter that I would use. I said, fine, I'll do 60 quid for this. Still a good price. Yeah, the front's fucked. I could probably get that upgraded. It's not a problem. That's another one off the list. Now, a little update. 16 games. I need 6. I'm sure it's 16 I need for the full UK PAL set. Not the full PAL set. Not doing the Aussie stuff. Keep reiterating that. Yeah, so 16. I have some irons in the fire, as we'd like to sort of say, in terms of some of them other games. So hopefully I might be able to knock a few more off next week. So segue wonderfully into next week. So next week is Doncaster, the Donny Dome, the mighty fucking Donny Dome. That's a sip of fucking Budweiser for the Donny Dome. The words of the mighty Bithead 1000. Yeah, so it's Doncaster next week. Second, it's a Sunday. It's a Sunday. Remember, it's a Sunday, not a Saturday. Again, I'll put the link to the thing down below. I've seen today they've sold out. There's no training spaces left, which is quite unusual. Because even at some of the most, what word am I looking for? The height of the season, I suppose, if that's probably the right word. He doesn't usually sell all the vending space. So although it's a Sunday, and again there's 2 schools of 40. I spoke to Dana about it yesterday. It might be that it's before Christmas. No one's going to be spending any money, which I kind of get. The flip side to that is people will be spending money because they'll be looking for presents. So don't know. It's one of them weird. It's a bit like the summer one where you think because it's the summer no one's going to turn up because obviously they're all on holiday. But it weren't too bad, so I don't know. We'll see. We're going anyway. Me and Rob are stalling out. Pretty sure at End Isle, back to back with Craig's Here Again. Craig's Here Again has got fucking about 15,000. No, he's got about, I don't know, 8 tables and about fucking 2 transit vans full of stuff, and there'll be some absolute gold in there. You can hands down, you know what's going to happen. So if you can, if you're able to, highly fucking recommend you get yourself to Doncaster. It is looking like, again, it's the last one of the year, so have a bit of a blowout, come spend your money. So I'll be stalling out with Rob. I just want to get rid of shit. Really do. I just need to start shifting stuff. I've got to start sorting it out. I haven't been sorting anything out either. It's not good. Dana will be there. Dana's stalling out with Ant, I think, again. I think Lewis is there. Lewis is last minute. I think he's managed to snag a table or two. You'll have all the old, you know, your sort of staple traders. Scottish Alan, not Japanese Alan, Mike. Scottish Alan, Sore Thumbs. Nathan will be there. David Jameson from Galaxy Sega. He's got some stuff. I'm not going to reveal too much about that because I don't want anyone else buying them for me. Loads of people were stalling out. So no doubt I'll probably spend more money than I'll earn. You never know. It's not going to be a fire sale. It's nothing's going to be like a fucking pound. But I do want to start shifting stuff because I'm sick of seeing it. So that's next week, Sunday. I think it's like 10 till 4. Assuming it don't fucking snow. No, it shouldn't snow. And then moving into the new year, so I said that'll be the last event for the year. And in the new year, in February the 1st and the 2nd, there is a meet-up. I'm not going to say Daz Co-Jones has organised it, but he's facilitated it. Let's put it that way. So I'll put a link to Daz's channel the video, either or, doesn't matter. Probably his channel, so you can go. You should be subscribing. You should be watching his stuff anyway. But in there, you'll see the video. It's got him pointing. That's the first video in terms of what the plan is. So 1st and 2nd of Feb, Arcade Club. Friday, you know, get down there for whenever you like. Get there all fucking day if you want. But I think most people probably like after workish, sort of, you know, early to late evening. And I think the general idea is, again, look, this is not. No one's dictating what you should and shouldn't do. It's just a means to try and galvanise people to attend. Daz will explain it in his video, but the general gist of it all is, you know, for years and years we all sort of say, why do we always have to go to Blackpool, or why do we have to go to Manchester just for the event, and you're paying, you know, X amount to get in. And some people aren't even that bothered, they go for the social meet. So it's like, well, why don't you have a fucking social meet at the Arcade Club? The beer's cheap enough. So even though you're paying like, I think it's gone up maybe 16 quid or something to get in, the money that you'd save in terms of if you are, you know, having a few jars, you get that money back, and then they would go and sat in a pub. Or if you went to fucking, I mean, playing at Manchester, the beer was ridiculous expensive, like £6 for half a bottle or something. So you're gonna get that money back if that makes sense. But the general idea, I suppose, is on the Friday, everyone, you know, fucking piles in. You suck your beers or whatever, you play the games, whatever you want. But the main gist of it is obviously just for the meet-up. And back on the Saturday day is, you know, more sort of gaming, so in the daytime or afternoon. I think it opens at 12, he said. The only caveat to that is, I think there's some sort of coach turning up with 40 people on the Saturday. So I've sort of said to Daz, but if you pay, I don't know, 1 o'clock on the Saturday, surely that allows you to stay in all day until the evening. He went, well, yeah, I think so. So get there earlier or early-ish on the Saturday, and then you're in for the evening, then, aren't you? Obviously, some people will probably be going home on the Saturday. You know, they might just sort of say till late evening, dinner time, and go home. Rob, me, Scott, and I think Lewis, and there's probably a load of other people as well. We're staying over on the Saturday night as well, so we're going to hit the town, hit the tiles on the razzle dazzle on the Saturday night. So again, we'll probably be in Arcade Club till, I don't know, maybe 6 o'clock or something, 6-7 o'clock. Go back to the hotel, which is a Premier Inn, you know, shit, shower and shave, and then see what's doing, basically. I mean, technically we could probably go back into Arcade Club after we've got changed. I don't know, we'll sort something out, but that's the general gist of it. What I just sort of suggest, which might be a nice touch, and again, it's purely optional. All of this is optional. No one has to do any of this. You can do your own fucking thing, honestly. Nothing is organised. You can't go to Daz and buy tickets and get into reserve your spot. There's no reservations. We're just turning up as you would do a normal public paying customer, right? So you need to keep that in mind. You travel, your accommodation, you've got to do all that yourself. It's not a fucking Harry Shaw holiday. But the Premier Inn is or will be or has sold out. I don't know. It's selling fast, and obviously the weird thing with fucking hotels is the closer it gets to the date, the higher the prices for the room. I've never understood. Surely you're better off to fill the spaces rather than have them vacant. It flies in the face of fucking logic to me. That's what's happening. But there is another hotel that Rob and me stayed at just down the road, which is the Village one, and I think they're just opposite ends, either side of Arcade Club. So that's an option. You've got B&Bs and stuff. I say it's February 2nd. I don't think shouldn't be that busy. I wouldn't have thought. But obviously we are filling the Premier Inn up really quickly. I think last count was 35 people. Could be more. I think Daz has said 35 people confirmed. So there's probably like maybe another half dozen that's sort of saying, "Oh, I'll think about it." But look at that. What I sort of suggested, which might be a nice touch again, is like on Saturday morning. You know, if we just can descend into the Premier Inn's cafe bar area, have a coffee, whatever, and bring a bag of trades. A bit like a sort of Blackpool Friday, where you can just trade some stuff, buy some stuff, sell some stuff, get some pennies in. You know, again, it might not be for everybody. Some people say I'm not bothered about that. None of this is compulsory. It's purely optional. But I just thought it'd be a nice touch to just get everyone together, and that way then we could all just troop to Arcade Club afterwards, you know. So that is generally it. I say Daz is kind of orchestrating it a little bit more. I say he's not fucking organising it. He's not going to book your hotels. He's not going to book your taxis and any of that kind of shit. That's all under your own steam. It's just a means to galvanise people to attend a date. You know, and he likens it to what UK VAC do every year or twice a year, whatever. They have like a community meet, and they obviously, I think they have like what did Daz say? Was it 80 people strong or whatever? So then that and them sort of numbers, Andy at Arcade Club will be able to reserve places for you. Obviously, you know, we're just rocking up. We haven't got an idea of figures. Say we, the collective YouTubers, and again, Daz has alluded to this. Maybe if it takes off and it's successful, then next year, if we can get more people, we can probably sort of secure some of them spots with Andy. You know, but early days, it might fucking crash and burn. You don't know, do we? But that's where we're at. I think it's a great idea. I think Daz is, really sort of took the ball by the horns, and 35 people, man, that's no mean feat. So yeah, that's the plan. Anyway, I am losing the light, I can tell. Next week, Doncaster Dome, be there. There's going to be some retro gold to be had, I'm sure. Bring plenty of money. Definitely bring plenty of money, because I think sometimes the cash machine runs dry there. Don't think of anything else to add. No, that's it. I've got to sort some shit out. Take it easy, YouTube, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye. Dead. Don't die yet, Joe. Easy. Easy.